South Park has done a parody.
Like the gross disrespect to the intimacy and privacy of marriage and childbirth.
It has really upset Meghan Markle.
It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
Build electric cars, he's going to Mars. Why is he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
Okay, then you must be in the national system. Oh yeah, is this you? Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim.
Yeah, that's totally me!
You can't sue a cartoon. It's satire. It is what it is.
Okay, I see. And then you added your husband to your friends and family account. You must be the royal prince, millionaire, world traveler, victim.
That's right!
South Park, it's come to life. That's what we're witnessing in this hospital room right here.
And you know what else? To hell with Canada! We are leaving! We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people! Come on, wife!
My name is Megan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy Kaling.
So you hate journalists? That's right. And now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the royal family. Right. So you're a journalist.
Any type of flower arranging is just telling a story. What story do you want to tell? Maybe leave the country. Maybe disown your dad. Be creative with it.
What matters is what we have on the inside.
It dropped like a bomb. 33 seconds of pure chaos. No warning, no context, just a blurry clip with that unmistakable South Park animation style, and Meghan Markle, or at least a cartoon version of her, twerking in front of what looked like Buckingham Palace.
When was the last time you twerked, Alex? I don't think I've ever twerked in my life. You must have.
Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy!
That's fine, I'll go it alone. Just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Trying to make ourselves into a brand just turned us into products. We don't need to be a brand, do we?
The internet didn't just notice, it went into full meltdown. Within minutes, the clip was reposted, slowed down, memeified, stitched into TikToks, and passed around like contraband. Twitter, X, lit up with cries of "Is this real?" while Instagram Reels flooded with reaction faces, ranging from hysterical laughter to jaw-dropped horror. And while some fans thought it was hilarious, others were stunned, because this wasn't just another internet gag. This clip felt personal, deliberate, targeted, and here's where it gets messy. People weren't even sure where it came from. It wasn't part of any aired South Park episode. No one could find it in the archives. Yet the voice, the expressions, the satire, it all screamed official. The animation was nearly frame perfect. And that's why the rumor mill immediately kicked into overdrive.
Hello all, sorry we're late, our flight was delayed.
It was Mint though. Tell them we were in Mint. They gave you a Mint. How lovely. I have some gum in my purse if you'd like. Oh, we were in Mint. It's like their business class. It's really nice. And
Meghan, I'm begging you to stop now.
Meghan, your friends are so interesting.
You have a lovely home.
Yes, it's Buckingham Palace, you f***ing idiot. What a stupid thing to say.
Was this a deleted scene? Something scrapped from the infamous Worldwide Privacy Tour episode? Or worse, was this a new leak from a second unreleased roast? What made the whole thing even more explosive was the timing. Meghan and Harry had been keeping a relatively low profile lately. No new interviews, no docuseries announcements, just a quiet stretch that fans assumed was strategic. And then out of nowhere, this clip surfaces and completely torpedoes the calm. The so-called twerk clip didn't just mock Meghan, it humiliated her. It reduced her public persona to a punchline, a literal dancing joke, and once it was out, there was no putting it back in the box. And yet, as shocking as the clip was, what happened after may be even more telling. Because sources say Meghan's inner circle was not laughing, not even close. In fact, insiders claim panic set in almost instantly, and that's when the behind-the-scenes frenzy began. If the internet was laughing, Meghan's team definitely wasn't. According to multiple sources close to her camp, the moment that twerk clip hit the web, everything went into full-blown crisis mode.
It's so funny, too, that you keep calling me Meghan. You know, it's Megan now.
I feel like the focus is starting to shift off of me. Maybe in editing you'll fix it.
People were saying meh. It's not meh. It's pronounced me. The H is silent.
See, I didn't know who H was. At the time, I just loved his Insta feed.
This wasn't just an offhand meme or some random fan art. This was a character assassination dressed up in satire, and insiders say Meghan was shocked and livid. One source even described the mood inside her Montecito circle as DEFCON 1. Emails were flying, phones ringing off the hook. Every digital strategist, publicist, and crisis manager in her orbit was allegedly summoned immediately. The first question, who leaked it? The second, can it be stopped? But this is the internet we're talking about. There is no rewind button. The clip had already been screen recorded, reposted, and embedded across hundreds of accounts, and as Meghan's team scrambled to get the video taken down, they reportedly faced an uncomfortable reality. Platforms weren't budging. It doesn't violate policy, one TikTok rep allegedly responded. It's clearly animated parody. Brutal. Even YouTube, where the clip had already gained hundreds of thousands of views within hours, wasn't exactly rushing to hit delete. Free speech, satire protections, and public figure clauses all seemed to be working against her. Behind closed doors, the panic was escalating. Insiders claim that legal teams were pulled in to assess options, but even the lawyers were split. If they sent a cease and desist, it might confirm the clip's authenticity, or worse, draw more attention to it. One PR strategist reportedly warned, if you go nuclear on this, it becomes the Streisand effect. The second you try to shut it down, it goes even more viral.
It's so funny you keep saying Meghan Markle, you know it's Sussex.
It's important we do this ourselves, Harry, and not live off your family.
I agree. We'll just have to find a way to make £50 billion on our own.
Welcome to my garden. Well, it's not my garden, it's a set actually, but welcome to my set.
Is this a wrinkle I see in my blouse? Who the f ironed this? I told you to iron this shirt 10 times. It looks like you only ironed it 9.
And meanwhile, the world was watching, waiting to see how Meghan would respond, but she didn't. Not immediately, and the silence only made things more suspicious. Had she really been blindsided, or was something bigger at play here? One insider hinted that this leak might be connected to a much deeper grudge involving the show's creators, and that's when the South Park speculation came roaring back to life. Let's rewind, because to understand why this clip hit so hard, you have to go back to where it all started. The infamous worldwide privacy tour episode of South Park that aired back in early 2023. At the time, it was already being called one of the boldest celebrity takedowns the show had attempted in years. Harry and Meghan were dragged. The satire was brutal. Cartoon versions of them parading through talk shows with signs reading, "We want our privacy," only to spill their entire lives on live television. But now, months later, this leaked twerk clip has brought all that ridicule screaming back into the spotlight. Here's the thing. People thought the South Park saga was over, done, dusted. Meghan never publicly acknowledged the episode, and though rumors flew about legal threats and phone calls to the network, nothing was ever confirmed. It was quietly absorbed into the media cycle, and the couple moved on, or so we thought. Because this new clip, it doesn't feel like just a parody. It feels spiteful. In the leaked footage, the Meghan character doesn't just twerk. She does it in front of royal guards, in a crown, mouthing lyrics that sound suspiciously like a dig at her own public image.
Everyone says they don't have time to make homemade meals, but if you just have 3 nannies, 2 butlers, a housekeeper, a driver, and a full-time personal assistant, you have all the time in the world. Stop making excuses and start moving snacks from one bag to another.
It is elevating the ordinary little things. And who got the Kroger peanut butter? It's not even organic.
Privacy queen in a palace scene, bend it low, let the cameras gleam. Was that just edgy humor or a purposeful hit? Some fans now believe this wasn't an accident or a deleted scene. It might be part of something new, and that theory is gaining steam. Online sleuths started combing through production blogs, animator portfolios, even Reddit AMA comments, trying to find any trace of this footage in earlier versions of the South Park episode, but nothing matches, which only raises more questions. Could this be part of a sequel episode? Was it produced recently and somehow leaked ahead of schedule? Or could it be an unapproved spin-off made by someone close to the original team? The speculation is wild, but one thing is certain. If Meghan hoped the South Park chapter was closed, this leak just reopened it in the loudest, most humiliating way possible. And the internet? Oh, they ate it up. But the reactions weren't just from trolls in comment sections. What came next took things to another level entirely, because when the memes started rolling in, some very familiar names began chiming in. It started like every viral firestorm does, chaotic, hilarious, a little unhinged. But this time, the reaction to the Meghan twerk clip wasn't just your average meme cycle. It turned into a full-on digital spectacle. TikTok was the first to catch fire. Within an hour, the hashtag twerking Duchess had allegedly crossed over 100,000 mentions. Users lip-synced to the cartoon lyrics, mimicked the dance moves, even stitched themselves in as palace guards fainting in horror. It was like the internet had been waiting for exactly this kind of moment. Equal parts scandal and spectacle, perfectly loopable, and just unreal enough to go viral. And then came the Twitter threads, screenshots, frame-by-frame breakdowns, fan edits that layered her Oprah clips over the South Park footage.
But to the world, it's just, what has she been doing?
Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard.
Side-by-sides comparing the animated Meghan to actual photos. The commentary wasn't just funny, it was sharp. Some called it brutally accurate. Others said it was the most honest portrayal of her yet. The phrase "she's a caricature of herself" started trending, and not in her favor. But here's where things got seriously awkward. The verified accounts started chiming in. Celebrities, comedians, influencers who've worked with Meghan in the past. One well-known British radio host tweeted, "Can't tell if this is satire or a live feed from Netflix's next project," and it racked up thousands of likes. A Hollywood actress, who had previously defended Meghan online, posted a single crying laughing emoji with no context, and fans immediately connected it to the clip. She deleted it an hour later. Too late. Meanwhile, others were disturbingly quiet. A-listers who had once stood by Meghan, Oprah, Serena, even Tyler Perry, posted about everything except the clip. No comments, no likes, nothing. That silence spoke volumes, and people noticed. Where are her defenders now? One viral tweet asked. Too embarrassing to spin this one? Even mainstream outlets began to pick it up, not as breaking news, but as commentary on the backlash. Because the real story wasn't just the animation, it was the response, the collective glee, the way even casual viewers were willing to laugh at her expense. And for Meghan, that's the nightmare, not just being mocked.
You know, why jam, Tom? Why jam? Why jam, you know? Does she want to be, you know, seen as a traditional wife now rather than a grand humanitarian politico? Tom, it's
I mean,
very interesting.
if she does, I mean, good on her.
I'm half winding you up now. You must know that. You must know that.
But realizing the room might be laughing with the joke. And then the bigger question emerged. Who leaked this in the first place? Because the more people watched, the more it looked like someone wanted this clip out there. The leak wasn't just random, it felt timed, intentional, calculated, and the deeper fans dug, the stranger it got. For starters, no one could find the original upload. The first version that spread on Twitter was low-res, screen-recorded, cropped, classic signs of a reshare, not an upload from the source. So who had the original file? And why release it now? That's when the theories started flying. Some pointed fingers at disgruntled South Park staffers, claiming the clip was a cutscene from the Worldwide Privacy Tour episode, and someone who worked on it decided to finally unleash it. Others suspected something way messier, an internal leak from someone inside Meghan's own PR orbit. A rogue employee, a former staffer, someone with a grudge and access to high-level damage. The theory? They wanted to sabotage her, and this clip was their bullet. But the most sinister theory of all? This was part of a larger campaign, not just a joke. A coordinated takedown. A few media analysts have started whispering that Meghan's public image is entering freefall mode, and the release of this clip may be part of a broader strategy to strip her of sympathy. The goal? Humiliate her so thoroughly online that any comeback attempt is laughable.
Hey, lowly cameraman, come over here and try some fried chicken. Try the fried chicken. Try the fried chicken. We need to make it look like I actually care about my camera crew. Come get some fried chicken. Act like you're having fun. Act like you're having fun.
I want my home to feel welcoming. Do you feel welcome? Does my soundstage welcome you? Mindy and I are such great friends, like besties. Like, I love her. Like, she doesn't know my name, but we're best friends.
One insider said it bluntly, this isn't just about twerking, this is about narrative domination. Even Meghan's most loyal fans couldn't deny how strategic the release felt. The moment the internet was finally distracted by other scandals, bam, this drops. No context, no warning, just pure chaos aimed straight at her dignity. And with no clear source, she had no one to confront, no apology to demand, no lawsuit to file. It was like fighting a ghost. And just when people thought it couldn't get more personal, Harry's name started trending next to hers. Because while Meghan may have been the star of the clip, Harry was allegedly livid behind the scenes. Not just at the content, but at the targeting. At how this clip dragged both of them back into the spotlight they were desperate to escape. And sources say, this time, he wasn't staying quiet. Behind closed doors, Prince Harry was allegedly boiling. While the internet laughed, insiders claimed the Duke of Sussex was anything but amused. And this time, it wasn't just about Meghan being mocked. It was about him too. Because if the animation was meant to degrade Meghan, it also dragged him along for the fall. Multiple sources close to the couple say Harry hit the roof after seeing the clip. Not because it was unexpected, he knows how the internet works, but because of how vilely intimate it felt. It wasn't satire, one insider allegedly said. It was vindictive. According to reports, there was an emergency meeting at their Montecito home the day after the leak. Just family, legal reps, and a few longtime advisors. Harry, normally the more reserved of the two when it comes to media drama, was reportedly furious, and it wasn't performative.
By the way, I love your Luke.
Sorry, what's that?
Your Luke. You look amazing. Your Luke.
My Luke. My Luke. My
Yes.
look. She likes my Luke.
Some say he even suggested flying to Los Angeles to confront someone directly, an animator, a contact at the network, anyone he could hold responsible. He felt powerless, a source close to the family shared. And when Harry feels powerless, that's when he gets dangerous. The tension inside the house allegedly hit a new level. Meghan was devastated, but Harry was livid, and that dynamic created its own storm. No trust in the media, no control over the narrative, and according to one Montecito insider, the energy was toxic for days. Harry kept saying the same thing. They think we're a joke. They think we're clowns. And the worst part, no one in the room could argue with him. Rumors began swirling that Harry reached out to old contacts at streaming platforms and even their own former production partners, not for help, just to vent, to find out who might be behind this and whether more unreleased footage could surface. The fear wasn't just about one clip, it was about what else could be waiting in the wings. But then came the twist no one expected. Some internet sleuths started suggesting the clip wasn't real at all, or at least not in the way people assumed, because the animation looked eerily perfect, maybe too perfect. And that's when the AI rumors started gaining serious traction. At first glance, the clip looked exactly like classic South Park. Same choppy movement, same flat expressions, same over-the-top absurdity. But the more closely people examined it, the more something started to feel off. The lighting, the voice sync, the frame smoothness, it was too clean.
Build electric cars, he's going to Mars. Why is he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
We want privacy! We want privacy! We want privacy!
Okay, then you must be in the national system. Oh yeah, is this you? Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim.
Yeah, that's totally me! We want privacy! We want privacy!
Okay, I see. And then you added your husband to your friends and family account. You must be the Royal Prince Millionaire World Traveler victim.
That's right! We want privacy! We want privacy! We want privacy! And you know what else? To hell with Canada! We are leaving! We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people! Come on, wife! We want privacy! We want privacy!
Too sharp, and then someone dropped the bombshell. This wasn't leaked, it was generated. Suddenly, the AI theory was everywhere. Reddit threads blew up, TikTok creators began overlaying the clip with forensic breakdowns, pointing to tiny artifacts in the animation, slight lip sync irregularities, even the rhythm of the voice acting. This isn't South Park, one video claimed. It's an AI parody made to look like South Park, and it made sense. With tools like 11 Labs, Runway, and Pika Labs now in the public's hands, anyone with basic editing skills could deepfake a cartoon this realistic, and that terrified Meghan's team more than anything. Because if the clip wasn't from the original South Park creators, there was no one to sue, no one to confront, just an anonymous digital fingerprint, possibly created in someone's bedroom with off-the-shelf software. To the public, it didn't matter. Real or fake, the damage was the same. But to Meghan's inner circle, the implications were staggering, because if this was AI, then they weren't just dealing with an old grudge, they were facing an entirely new era of attack, one where anyone, anywhere could fabricate anything, and it would still go viral as truth. Even Meghan's allies in tech started raising alarms. A former executive at a major streaming platform allegedly warned her team, "This is going to happen again. AI is accelerating faster than PR can contain it. You're going to need a whole new strategy." But while her team scrambled to figure out the origins, Meghan reportedly asked the one question that's haunted every public figure caught in an AI deepfake scandal: does the public even care if it's real? Because the answer is usually no. And with the line between satire and slander getting blurrier by the second, Meghan's next move became more urgent than ever. Her image was spiraling, and fast. But what could she actually do to stop it? When a clip like that drops, there's no clean way out. And for Meghan, every option on the crisis PR checklist looked bad. Deny it? That could fuel even more interest. Stay silent? That was already making her look weak. Try to spin it as satire? Risky. The moment she acknowledged the clip in any way, she'd validate it and give it even more oxygen. But doing nothing? That was already backfiring. And fast.
I was living in the middle of nowhere in Toronto, Canada, and I didn't even really know the word royal. I mean, besides the Lord song. I love that song. It's an amazing pop rock ballad.
According to insiders, her team has been in non-stop damage control mode since the leak. High-level consultants brought in, brand experts weighing strategies, and apparently, not everyone's on the same page. One school of thought? Own the moment. Make a self-aware comment. Laugh it off. Show you're unbothered. But that would require a level of humility Meghan's critics claim she doesn't do well. The other strategy? Victim narrative. Frame it as cyber harassment. Go on the offensive. Target AI regulation. Media bullying. Online misogyny. It's not a bad move, and it's one she's used before, but sources close to the situation say she's hesitant. Why? Because this time the mockery is everywhere. It's not coming from one tabloid or one shady Twitter account. It's the general public, the TikTok masses, the meme economy itself. That's not a war one person can win. Worse still, she's reportedly shocked by the platform's refusal to act. TikTok refused to take it down. YouTube labeled it parody. Instagram, no violation found. Meghan's camp allegedly filed multiple takedown requests. Most were either denied or ignored. One PR strategist bluntly summarized the moment. This is a test of her power, and she's not passing. And then there's the looming threat of the next leak. If this twerk clip was just the beginning, what else is out there? Her team's already started scanning for similar AI-generated content, worried that more parodies could be in circulation, ready to go viral on command. But beyond all the PR scrambling, one deeper question kept bubbling up among fans, haters, and observers alike. Why did this clip resonate so much? Why did people find it so funny and so damning? Because the truth is, this wasn't just about animation. It was about everything she represents. And that's where we're headed next. This wasn't just a viral joke. It was a pressure valve exploding. The reason that twerk clip hit so hard wasn't because it was clever, or even because it looked like South Park. It's because it tapped into something deeper, something festering, a growing fatigue, a collective eye roll. For years now, Meghan Markle has existed in a strange cultural limbo, half royal, half celebrity.
But you're the same.
You're the same.
Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, guys, you don't gotta do this. Please, I'm begging you to stop.
Always center stage, yet perpetually claiming to want privacy. And somewhere along the line, people stopped buying it. This clip, it crystallized all of that into one 33-second punch. It wasn't the twerking. It was the symbolism. A crown on her head, cameras flashing in the background, the exaggerated lyrics about fame and exposure. Viewers saw it as a mirror, an exaggerated reflection of what they think Meghan really is. Not a victim, not a villain, just someone who wants the spotlight on her terms and throws a fit when it doesn't go her way. That's why the laughter hit different. It wasn't just mean-spirited mockery. It was release, the culmination of every awkward red carpet moment, every preachy podcast line, every rumor of diva behavior. People didn't see a cartoon, they saw confirmation. A distillation of everything that frustrates them about her media presence, handed to them in meme form, and it cut both ways. For Meghan's most loyal defenders, this was a wake-up call, a moment of quiet realization that public sympathy may be slipping. Even those who once praised her for challenging the monarchy and speaking her truth are growing uncomfortable, not because of what she said, but because of how she keeps saying it, over and over, louder each time. That's the part that stings, because you can PR your way out of almost anything until the audience stops listening. And right now, the silence from Meghan's usual supporters says more than any angry tweet ever could. But the question remains, what happens next? Because if this leak was just the first domino, then the next one might already be falling. The dust hasn't even settled, and already the whispers are growing louder. What if there's more? More footage, more AI parodies, more clips waiting in digital backrooms, ready to drop at the worst possible moment. Because that's the thing about internet humiliation. It rarely ends with just one hit, especially when the target is Meghan Markle. Insiders say the team around her is bracing for aftershocks, not just from the twerk clip itself, but from the cultural moment it triggered. This wasn't a meme, it was a turning point, a shift in public tone, the moment when even Meghan's neutral observers started laughing, not cruelly, but knowingly. That subtle nod of, okay, yeah, this is a bit much now. And that matters, because public perception isn't just about fans and haters, it's about everyone in between. The streaming execs considering her next pitch, the sponsors wondering if she's worth the heat, the celebs debating whether to back her publicly or sit this one out. And right now, that room feels emptier than ever. What happens next will say everything. If Meghan stays silent, the story festers. If she fights back, it risks more backlash. If she tries to pivot, she has to reckon with a reality she may not be ready to face. The control she once had over her narrative, it's slipping, fast. And Harry, he may still be furious, still looking for someone to blame. But even he has to know, this isn't just about a clip. It's about credibility. It's about whether the world still sees them as unfairly attacked or just out of touch. No matter how they spin it, the internet saw something it can't unsee. That image of a cartoon duchess twerking in a crown, it's burned into the meme-verse now. Permanent, unshakable, the kind of thing that resurfaces every time their names trend again. And that's the real damage, not the laughs, the longevity. So what do you think? Was this a line crossed, or just the internet doing what it does best? Was Meghan unfairly targeted, or did this clip say what people were already thinking? Drop your thoughts below. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned. The next video on your screen is waiting, and trust me, you won't believe what's coming next.